Hello, I'm Shane and welcome to my new channel. This is where I'll be taking you along to estate sales, garage sales, flea markets, where I try to find deals for stuff I collect or stuff to resell on eBay or online. Some of the things I look for, I really like old fountain pens. I like finding Garfields where I can, $2, why not? Fill up a shelf full. I'm trying to find uranium glass. So whenever I find a piece I think might be uranium, which is a radioactive element, the way they dye these green, you'll hold up a little UV light. And it's a little hard to see in this light, but it's got a green glow to it. And then I'll know that it's radioactive. Let's see what I record on, as my wife got me a pair of these Ray-Ban Wayfarers, which have camera lens in them here. They only record in a 4x3, so you don't get the widescreen, but it's pretty handy, pretty neat. I like it a lot. So, yeah, let's take a look at the first sale of the day. So here we are at my first estate sale. It's just some stuff out in a barn. There's no house to look at. Not a lot going on here. Can't find anything that I'm interested in or want to resell. And some of the prices are pretty high too. Like there's a lampshade there. They want $300 for it. Just, I don't know. To me, it looks like a bunch of junk, but you never know. I had to get here early, and I just didn't really find much at this place. And that's the way it goes sometimes. Like here, I find some old Disney VHSs. If you find the ones with the black diamond on them, on the spine there, some of them can be worth a little bit, but these are in pretty bad shape. They've been out in the weather, and the packages are cracked and in bad shape. And this one I got too. The next day I got there really early, but I was still almost 50th in line. It was pretty crazy. This house is filled with antiques and all kind of neat stuff. So I see this lamp and I think, well, maybe it's uranium glass. I put my black light up to it, but it's not. It doesn't glow. So I keep looking around. Make it into their little office here. And I found a box full of beads. Now, some of these old beads and glass beads can be worth some money. And I probably should have picked up this box, but there was just a lot of wooden beads. And I wasn't too sure. I should have picked it up, though. But I do score big here. I found a probably 1920s or 30s fountain pen, pendant pen on a chain here. And this, once I restore it, it'll cost me maybe about $5 in parts to restore. And I could probably list it on eBay for probably $100. Probably get it. And, yep, uranium glass. But the spout is broken on it, unfortunately, so I don't know. Even if you break it up into pieces and sell it, it still has some value. But I just move on. I check out some more of this glass. Nothing I'm really interested in. Oh, here's some crochet stuff. Crochet needles, sewing stuff. I pick up little odds and ends like this sometimes. Some of this stuff you can just throw it up there and they won't even look twice at it. Won't charge you much for it. Like here I find some thimbles. Now some old thimbles can be silver, but I don't have my loop on me, and there's about 5 of them in this little box. So I said, you know what? They're not going to charge me for these. I'll just grab them all and look at them later. I don't think any of them turned out being silver, but it's worth a shot. They ended up charging me $4 for that. 2 fountain pens, an old mechanical pencil, all those odds and ends. And just that one pen and pencil combined, probably get $100 for it. So I'll go on to my next estate sale. Now I look for vintage Halloween, but this is new stuff. Nothing interests me so much. You almost always find Christmas decorations at these places. And over here in the corner, up, I see people have already beat me to the uranium glass. But I'll still look around, see what I can find. I picked and look up this, but it's not uranium. It looks like it. Same green, but it's not. I keep checking some more, and there's a piece right there, but it's $10 for that little cup, so no thanks. I decided to take a look at the costume jewelry, and a little piece over here started glowing. I started looking closer at it, but couldn't quite tell if that was uranium or not, and it was missing some gemstones in the piece. They probably wouldn't have charged me hardly anything for it, but I still just passed on it. Giving a final look over with my UV light. Now this was interesting. It's a amethyst carnival glass pitcher, and I figured it might be worth 30 or 40 bucks, but they're asking 30 for it, so there's no way to make any money on that. Neat looking, but can't do much with it. It's not what I really collect. And let's see. This is kind of neat. I find a Knight Rider belt buckle. I think I had this as a kid. It was $8. So yeah, that's probably pretty close to what it sells for on eBay, but yeah, I think I looked it up later, and I think it sells for closer to $20-25, so that's not bad. Shipping for that will be cheap, and man, you find so much of this old railroad stuff at houses. I don't know. Past old Lionels, I don't know if any of it has any value. I start looking through this cabinet. It was closed. I opened it up and looked in. It was filled with stuff. So I think a lot of people would look this stuff over. So I pulled out my light and my black light, start looking. These glow, but it looks like a manganese glow and not uranium. Same thing with this little white bowl. So I just end up putting it back. But I spy something down here. Oh, there it goes. Yep, I'll be picking this one up. I don't know what they'll charge me for it yet, but I'll grab it. It's a pattern cameo, like a ballerina pattern can be pretty pricey, so I snag it. Yeah, they ended up charging me, I think, $4 for the bowl and $8 for a total of $12, so brings up my total to 16. So I'll go on to the next estate sale. Not a ton of stuff at this one. Having some pretty neat old stuff, but this one kind of this little piece catches my eye, but it's nothing that I'm interested in. Yeah, especially not for $10. Nah. Let's see, some neat old trunks. Let's see, what else? Oh, I find the bag of old Valentine's cards. They have names written on the back, which hurts them a little bit, but as I dig through them, some of them have some old mold damage. But I spy a Disney one with a copyright of 1939 on it, even though the Mickey Mouse is torn off of the front. Still, for $2, it's worth a gamble. Anything that see Disney 1939, it's only asking me $2 for it. I'll take a gamble. So let's snag all of these. And I find this Carnival glass cup. It was $8. I'm thinking, I can see where they hot glued. And I'm thinking it might be worth 30, but I was a bit off. It's only worth maybe about 15, so there's no real gain there. That brings me up to $26. Go on to my next sale. Had pretty high hopes for it. And you never know what you run into. There's a Tiffany lamp there. About $500 for that lamp. Too rich for me. Yeah, if you ever, just getting started and you just need a bunch of cups and plates, moving into a new apartment, and estate selling is the way to go. It's cheap. So an old vintage bottle for $350. I put my light up to it just out of curiosity, but no uranium. So I won't be getting $350 from me for that. I was tempted to pick up these weight belts. Wasn't sure what they would go for, but I decided to pass. Might be a little bulky to ship. And didn't get anything there, so going to the next one. They are running a little bit of a sale, but I don't plan on spending $50 or more to get the 20% off. But you never know what you'll run into. Some weird stuff on the shelf. I probably should have taken a look at that clown again. It might be one of those Murano glass clowns, but I didn't think about that. Some worthless baseball cards. Let's peruse to the kitchen. And I do see something kind of interesting here. Some printer photo paper, and I'll be coming back to that. The gloss, you can print pictures on them, the gloss paper. And here I find a pretty good score. Some of these antique guidebooks can sell for a decent amount. And there's no price on them, so I just start stacking them up. Carnival glass price guides and collector's guides. I figured they're probably worth between 10 to 25 bucks a piece, if I'm lucky. And you can ship these media mail for a pretty cheap rate. Any books like this. Instead of first class or priority, they actually have a special media mail option. It's a little slower, but it gets there. So I stack them up on the table, and the lady says, "Oh, $1 a piece." Yeah, okay. So I go right back and to these, the gloss photo paper and all these business card things. And I kind of figure, well, if I stack up enough stuff, she'll probably just charge me $10 for the whole stack. So I almost feel like anything I'm picking up here, I'm practically getting it for $1 or close to free. So I just grab everything that I think I can resell or I might would use, put it in a pile. And yeah, I took a look at some comparables on eBay, and those little boxes, I think they were 4x6 photo paper. I think 4 or 5 boxes. I could sell them in a lot for $25. So for getting them for almost free, that's a good deal. Just keep digging through it. So yeah, there's a whole stack of books and photo and printer paraphernalia and whatnot. Got $10 for that whole stack. So I kind of estimate maybe I got can make 175 bucks off of what I've picked up today. So that's not too bad of a haul. Yeah, I had fun doing it. Some of the stuff I might keep for myself. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with my haul this week. Probably my best find is this pendant fountain pen. This fountain pen and mechanical pencil combo. If I had to guess, it's 30s, 40s. Could be as early as the 20s. I have to look it up. It's by Wahl, W-A-H-L. Pretty cool. These are typically labeled as ladies. Back then, at least, with a little smaller pen and pencil like that. And also, I got another fountain pen. This is a Schaefer touchdown filler. Unfortunately, the case is cracked, so it won't be able to suck up ink very well. But I do have the parts and the special tools needed to repair it, so maybe I'll work on it or just keep it for spare parts. Still totally worth it for getting it less than $1. So yeah, that's my best finds for this week. So hopefully I'll be able to do this next week. Alright, take it easy.